Hello everyone, how you going? Hope you're having a great day, and hopefully it's nice weather where you are. Right here it's a bit cold today, so that's where I'm wearing my jumper. But yeah, today as you can see, I'm building multiple computers of the same hardware, sort of like cloning. So yeah, we're cloning 3 computers. And it's all going into a little business in my area. Their computers are like 10 to 12 years old, and now that Windows 10 is about to end, they're forced to upgrade in order to support Windows 11, which is good because the lady in charge of admin there has said the computers have been slow for a while and she's looking forward to the upgrade. So yeah. So what I've done is I've chosen these parts. It's just for basic admin. So we got an Intel i5 14400, Kingston 500 gig NVMe SSDs, B760M Bomber Wi-Fi from MSI for the motherboard, Thermaltake Smart BX3 550 watt power supplies, and the Silverstone Fara H1M case. You've seen this case before, but in the white color. We're going with the black color because no one cares what they look like, because it's just going to get shoved under the desk and no one's going to really look at them. So they just have to be functional, not flashy. And finishing up, we got some crucial DDR5 4800 megahertz RAM, and each machine will have 2 sticks of 8, which makes 16 gig. So that's what we're putting together in 3. So yeah, I thought it'd be cool to make a video just showing me going into production line mode. And hopefully you'll find it interesting watching me build these. Alright, I better get to it instead of talking, otherwise these won't get done. Whoa, I have never seen this before. You gotta see this. I literally opened socket lid and inside was screw just sitting on top of it like that. That's not good. I hope it hasn't damaged the board because yeah, that could be a problem. So get a bit of tweezers. I'm hoping, I don't know how, but it looks fine. So obviously the screw didn't get crushed down onto the socket. But yeah, that's the first time I've ever seen that before. Makes me wonder whether they've had this open or something. Like surely that wouldn't come out like that in production. I don't know. But yeah, that was wild. I've never seen that. Alright, we got the boards prepped. CPU, RAM, the SSDs I won't be putting in just yet, because what I'm going to be doing is getting the old computer, cloning it onto the SSD, chucking them in, converting it from Windows 10 to 11, keeping everything intact, and that way we minimize any downtime and inconvenience of having to reload software and everything. It will just all be there once again, and they can just plug it in and they're all back online with everything they need. So that's the plan anyway. So yeah, but the basic boards are prepped, CPU, RAM and SSD to come. So we're up to stage 2 where we start putting them one by one into each case. So I'll get the cases ready, and so I can just pull them up, put them on the desk, and then do a board, take it out. Yeah, you get the idea anyway. Alright, I'll be back.
A few moments later.
Yeah, so I thought I'd just show you this as another thing to make your builds a little bit easier to work on. Silverstone pre-installs the rear fan with the fan's cable down the bottom left hand corner here, but to actually make this an easier and neater build, we want the cable to be up the top here and going out the back. So what I'm going to be doing is just rotating the fan, just unscrew it, rotate it like that, so now the cable will be up the top, and it'll just make life a lot easier as you're trying to install your motherboard. Where is that? So yeah, that'll make it a lot easier to install your motherboard when the time comes, because this cable will now, when you take it through, stays out of the way of your I/O shield area, I/O plate area. Just makes life a little bit easier. Just thought I'd show you that. Anyway, let's keep going.
I'm back.
Man, finally got 3 cases all prepped. This is the last one, and so we're ready to install the motherboard. Then we'll follow it up by installing the power supply, and then we'll do the basic cabling, and we should be able to do a power on test. And this is the board that had the screw in it, in the socket, so I've kept that aside because I'm worried something might have happened, and if it has, I need to get in contact with the supplier and get another one. But anyway, let's get this fitted in. Missed a crucial step, and making sure all the screws for mounting the motherboard are installed and in the right places, and I didn't do that part, and then as I go to put the motherboard in, I realise there's screws missing. So, you know, because I do so many of these, I just don't make any mistakes.
Right.
Let's try that again. Alright, so we got one done. Power supply in, no cabling yet. Motherboard in position with the fan. So yeah, once the cabling is done, I'll be ready to give this one a test. But I'll get all the other two done as well, and then we can check them all at once. And if they're all working, then I can start going to collect the old ones and doing the data clones so that we can get these all finished. Alright, let's get on to the other ones. Alright, another mistake by me. Didn't make sure this cable was clear when I was installing the motherboard. And yeah, it doesn't want to come out. Oh, got it. So yeah, just make sure your cables are out of the way. Otherwise, that could happen.
You're so dumb!
Alright, let's keep going. That's number 2 down. Alright, that was number 3. So what we're going to do now is cable all these up, and then we can do the first power on for all 3 machines and make sure they're all hunky-dory.
A few moments later.
Alright, it's cabling time. That's basic cabling 1 done. Alright, 2 down. Let's get on to the last one. Alright, that's the final one. And I thought I'd do the front panel at the beginning, make it easier maybe. No, just as hard. Anyway, we can go plug these in and do a first power on and see if they all work.
A few moments later.
Alright, they're all lined up like 3 little ducks in a row, all plugged in. I'm just going to switch the powers on the back here. This is really exciting. I haven't done 3 at once. I don't foresee any trouble. This is just going to go so well. Alright, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Woohoo! It's working really good! Whoa. Don't know why that happened. Wow. Anyway, good news. All 3 are booted. All have a green light inside saying they passed post, which means these are all ready. So I'll do some BIOS updates on all 3 because of the Intel CPU problem. We've got to make sure we do the BIOSes so they don't degrade. And I'll contact the little business and we'll get the first computer in here, the old computer. I'll do the clone and we'll get these upgraded and then take it back one by one so we don't interfere with their trading too much. The one that had the screw in the socket is this one, and it's come up fine, but that's pretty crazy that even happened. Yeah, because most of the time damage to CPU sockets would occur from people being silly. It kind of makes me wonder whether the supplier opened it or something. I just don't believe it could have happened out of the factory. But yeah, anything's possible, I guess. And so that gives you a bit of an insight what it's like to build multiple computers at once. It's pretty involved actually. As you can see, my jumper's off now by the end of it, and that so I generate a bit of a sweat getting through all that. Alright, well hopefully you found that entertaining and useful, and I guess I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.